Hello, people of the world. This is MagicMew97, here to do my first programming tutorial, and this will be in the Python programming language. So, before I get started, I want to show you this. I just find it amusing. Here you have here you have English.
Bacon strips are the meaning of life.
Okay, it's a really weird voice, and then you listen to this. It's the best thing I've ever heard. I mean, this is amazing. Anyway, go to python.org and click download. This is if you don't already have Python. And get Python 2.7.3, not any of the Python 3 versions. Get the version for your operating system. I already have it, so I'm not going to do this. And when you're done, you can look up IDLE in your search thing, and there will only be one because I have Python 3 and Python 2, but Python 3 doesn't seem to work as well. So once you've done that, open it up. I have it down here. And I'm just going to show some of the really simple stuff of Python. This is just if you know nothing about it. You can do simple math functions like 3 plus 2 equals 5, 3 minus 2 equals 1, 3 times 2 equals 6, and then, now this is where it gets a little bit different. 3 divided by 2, not 22, does not equal 1. So, here comes the first technical part of Python. You know math is, like, simple so far, but what you have to do to, like, these are constant numbers or what, I think that's the term for them. There are no decimals included, so Python, when you do this, it won't give you decimals. So to get a decimal, you have to include a decimal in the numbers that you were doing it. You only have to do it in 1, and then you'll get 1.5. I think you can just do like 3 point divided by 2, and it will still give you that. So now, what's next? Okay. So you can create strings by doing this. Like include single quotes, I'm not sure what they're called. And then press enter and it will just print that out. You can use double quotes. Yep. And it'll treat that as a string. But let's say you're doing this. Hello, people of the world. I hope you doing well. Notice how this apostrophe is what it's called. Notice how this apostrophe and this apostrophe are considered the beginning and the end of the string, and this apostrophe just is ignored. So if I were to do this, this wouldn't get printed. So what you need to do is you need to put a symbol there to ignore it. I forgot what it's called, but if you just put a if you just put a symbol like this there, I think it'll ignore it and it will treat this entire thing as a string, so you can print it like that. If you were to not do that, I'll just copy and paste this. Because I'm too lazy to type it again. If you were to do this, you'd get an invalid syntax because there's no Python function that's RE, so it won't do that. Now you can do print. This is basically the same thing, I think. Do that, but if you do that, it prints it without the quotations. That's what it does. And yeah, this is some of the more basic stuff. I can get into some more, it's still basic, but a little bit different and more technical stuff if I show you how to make a program. So you do File, New Window. So here, you have an untitled idle window, and you can make your programs from scratch here. So, like if I wanted to say, okay, variables, that's what I need to show first. Okay. Before I do this, I'm going to show variables. Just like in algebra and other math, you can assign numbers to letters or strings. So if you were to do like x equals 10, and then if you were to do 3 times 3 times x, you get 30. So it's held in there, and you can multiply other variables, like do y equals 4, then you can do x times y, and you get 40. If you want to assign them to multiple letters, you could do like var1, standing for variable 1, equals 5, var2 equals 7, and then you could do var1 times var2 equals 35. So that's the basics of variables. So now I will go into the untitled thing. So we want to make a small program that asks you how you're doing. So you could do ans answer equals now here's a different thing. If you were to do input, the response would be treated as like something to be used in like the innards of it, but if you want to treat it as a string, you need to do raw underscore input, and then so now we're going to make this thing like prompt you. Say, how are you? And then basically, I'm not going to show you how to make a complex one, so it's not if somebody says bad, it's not going to make very much sense, but this is just going to assume they're saying good. So then what you do is print ans plus great to know, and then you need to do a raw, well here I guess I'll save this, not save this without doing that. So if you do run and you run the module, you will have to save it. So click OK to save it to wherever you want. I'll just go with desktop and save it as whatever you want .py. Tutorial.py, which is a Python file. So save that. So now it'll say, how are you? Good. Good, great to know. So I guess you can't really get a good idea of what I'm about to say here. So I guess I'll have to go to the desktop and run this. Just double click it and it'll run it in a command prompt. So how are you? Good. Notice how it said good, great to know or whatever, but it disappeared almost immediately because in Python will only stay around long enough to do what you tell it to. So what you need to do to get it to not go away until you're ready, do raw input, and then you'll want it to prompt you to tell you when it's done. So, like, press enter to leave or whatever. So now, run module. Okay. How are you? Good. And then you press enter, and now it'll leave and take you back to the Python shell. So here. Good. Great to know. Press enter to leave, and then it'll go away. Before it just did that immediately, so it really doesn't serve any purpose. So next, I think I'll show you how to make a small calculator. First, make it print welcome to the tutorial. I'm a really slow typer, so calculator. And then do num1 equals input, because we don't want it to be treated as a string. And then do this and say, what is your first number? For now, this is only going to be a calculator that does addition. Num2 equals input what is your second number. Oh, and you make sure to put a space at the end of this, otherwise it'll look kind of bad when it's running. So then do num1 plus num2. This is only going to be addition. I think I said that. And then do raw input press enter to quit. So then what you can do is you can run this, run the module, save, .py, save them as whatever you want. What is your first number? 5. Oh, I don't think I made it print. Yeah, I didn't make it print that. Sorry about that, I think I did that wrong. Print. That should work. I'm not sure how I did this before. 5, 2, 7. Press enter to quit. So now you can run this as a Python thing in command prompt. If you do decimals, it should work. 6.67 plus 2.99. I think that's right. Yeah, it is. Okay. So that's that. I'm not sure how much else I'll do in this tutorial, but that's that. If you'd prefer to make it a subtraction one, it's just as simple as changing this symbol. So run module, okay. And then I don't know what happens if you get a negative number like 3 and 6. Oh, it does do -3, so that's good. We could do it like this. Just do division, multiplication. But there is one thing I forgot to teach you, so I guess I'll go back to this. You can do exponents by doing 2 multiplication stars. So 5 to the power of 2 is 25. And it's as simple as that. So let's say a lot of people can do simple math, but I mean some people don't know. Like, I don't know, an exponent calculator will probably come in more handy than a addition one, and what is your base? What is your exponent? And then that should work, so run the module, okay. So then you could do 4 to the third power, so that should be 64. So yeah. Now, I think you need Python to run these because they're .py files. I think there's a way to convert them, but at the time I forgot how I converted one, so. What is your base? 10. And what is your exponent? 2. There you go, you get 100. So, I think that's all for today. Just practice some of the stuff I've shown you and you'll be ready for the next tutorial. So yeah, bye.